Well, today on this episode of English Uncovered with Kris Hagan.
I remember the title.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't. There you go. Could type my name. Yeah. Kris.
Kris Hagan.
Yeah, because I'm Indian and all. Go on.
We're gonna talk a little bit about my home state of Tennessee
Okay. What we're going to talk about?
and the city that I live
Where
in,
Dolly Parton's
Nashville.
from.
Dolly Parton is the perfect example of people not completely understanding
And
Tennessee.
Shania Twain. just to wind you up, Shania Twain.
So Dolly is from Tennessee. She is a good Tennessee girl from the hills of Tennessee.
She's a very good girl.
She's a very good girl. I'm grateful to Dolly. We call her the patron saint of Tennessee, in fact.
Oh, really? Oh, good. Does she have a real award or something? Does she have like a sash?
She's got whatever she wants.
I don't think she.
The costumes. Be a very long sash. Would have to cover a lot of territory.
It would, definitely.
I'm sure she has a sash somewhere.
Somewhere, for sure.
She's been at this long enough. She's got one of everything.
You've heard a sentence about that Dolly Parton said. It takes a lot of money to look this cheap.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
She's
I love
awesome.
that. I live by that. It's fantastic. It does take a lot of money to look cheap. I try every day.
She's pretty amazing.
She is. She's
Truly.
fantastic.
I mean, Dolly Parton is... Okay, we're off on the tangent about Dolly, but Dolly Parton is... To have been in show business her entire life, she is still a quality human being and does great things with her life.
Down to earth,
she's
grounded.
she's amazing.
She's so selfless. She thinks about everybody else and not her.
Well, I mean, I'm sure she has fun too, but
I can't imagine her not. She's always laughing.
we probably would not have the Moderna vaccine if it weren't for Dolly Parton. She donated $1 million to research to develop the vaccine.
And in fact, you had the Dolly vaccine.
I have the Dolly vaccine.
Not
That's
the
the one I
sheep,
wanted.
The Dolly Parton one.
Right, not the sheep. Not Dolly the sheep.
Did you check? Did you check the small print? Dolly the sheep.
I didn't
vaccine.
have to. Dolly donated the money that
Did she
made that
inject
vaccine.
it personally? That I would pay for that.
No, but she did stream when she got her vaccine to encourage other people to get the vaccine.
A good girl. She's good.
She is a good girl.
So she's a misconception, but in what way is she a misconception?
Well, because she's a country music star, everyone assumes that everything in Nashville is country music and everything from about country music is from Nashville. Dolly actually is from 3 hours away from Nashville.
Okay. In Asheville.
Not in Asheville, not quite that far.
No.
On the way, but it's on the way.
Cheville. I'm just removing letters here now. And adding them on the end. Yeah.
No, she still lives in the area where she grew up.
All right. I
She's
guess in the
traveled
house is
all
a bit
over
bigger
the world.
now, though, no. She has a bigger house than the one that she grew up in, I guess.
Yeah, probably. And it probably has plumbing and indoor water.
Yeah.
Dolly grew up very, very poor. And I think that's why she's able to stay so down to earth.
Yeah. It's proper down to earth girl. Yeah.
We're all very, very proud of Dolly Parton.
So, hi, Dolly.
Hi,
Can
Dolly.
you imagine if she replies
Oh
to
my
us?
gosh.
But you live near her,
would
at
die.
least I don't. She has to travel far to come to Milan.
So there's an amusement park. She has her own amusement park.
Dollywood, that I want to go to. I don't like roller coasters, but is it full of roller coasters?
But there's other stuff too.
You been?
Yeah, for the first time ever this year.
Can I touch you? Been to Dollywood? I want to cry.
She wasn't there.
How gay do I sound now? But she wasn't there. What's the point? I thought she'd be giving out the tickets.
No,
I'm joking.
no.
Or the candy floss, or cotton candy. as you
I
call
love
it.
cotton candy.
Yeah. Pink cotton.
We had fudge. We didn't have cotton candy. We had fudge.
Fudge is nice.
Yeah.
Fudge is all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've gone back to food again. So you've basically taken over from Jonathan of second series. Just two.
He makes it. I consume it. It's a symbiotic thing.
it's
Jonathan and I should have one together.
Yeah, but he's never free. He's always busy eating sushi instead of coming to concerts on time. Hi, Jonathan. Yeah, I thought it was an hour later. Read your message. Yeah. Okay, and so no food. Misconceptions about Tennessee.
Well, the country music thing. Everybody thinks that Nashville is full of country music stars, and you walk down the street and everyone has on cowboy boots and cowboy hats.
nice.
And
It's not.
no. But people, the sad part of it though is when people move from other states or other countries, thinking that they're going to become a country music
arrive
star.
dressed like Clint
I
Eastwood.
literally had a roommate years and years ago who came to Nashville.
Okay, we said finish that part.
We went to church. We went to church together. So the church was like, "Oh, there's this guy. He's moving to Nashville. He needs a place to stay."
Is that country music church?
No, it was just a regular church.
Okay.
There are country music churches, but this was a regular church. And I was like, yeah, okay, I got an extra room. He can stay with me until he gets situated. Well, we lived together for like 4 years. We became great friends. He shows up from another state with a small suitcase. He had a pair of sneakers, a pair of work boots, and a pair of cowboy boots.
Ah, okay.
He had
So no clothes.
only jeans.
Oh, okay.
And the shirts, I mean, like work clothes, but the shirts, the dress shirts that he had were those like 90s Garth Brooks shirts.
Oh, how
like the
nice.
color block
I had
shirt.
them.
I know.
had the
Like
black
you said
and
it
white
last
one,
night.
the yellow and black one, the one with flames.
Yeah,
and
he had the
everything.
flame shirt
How
and the color block shirt.
What's his name? I want to meet this person.
Nice. I haven't kept up.
Ah, okay.
But he thought, and he sings,
Yeah.
but he was very shy. So he got here and figured out pretty quickly he wasn't going to become a country music star. But he confided in me
But a
later that
snappy
that's why he
dresser.
came. He came to Nashville because he thought he could
do
sing.
that.
And he sounded a lot like Randy Travis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's the downside, the boulevard of broken dreams, if you will,
Yeah, it's a
is when
song as
people
well.
come to Nashville and think they're going to get a record
Make it
contract. And then there's a tourist section of Nashville where people do walk around in boots and cowboy hats
They're paid
because
to, probably. No.
they're tourists.
The tourists are walking around. It's like the people who dress up like geisha girls when they go to Japan. There's a
do
company,
that?
yeah. There's a company, especially Americans. Who do anything weird. Even your English is weird. But when you cotton candy, when you go there,
Floss.
not you. Well, you probably would actually. Imagine you dressing up like a geisha girl. There's these. You see these geisha girls floating about, and also men in the traditional clothes as well. But they're playing on Instagram, and you're like, no. If you want to dress the part, act the part as well. Otherwise, don't bother. You're just like an idiot on a bus.
It's like Halloween.
Yeah. Just offended the whole tradition. Don't dress up like an Indian. And so...
A Native American.
Yeah. God's sake. I'm an Indian outlaw. It doesn't say I'm a Native American outlaw, does it? No one probably knows that song apart from you and I. And everyone in Nashville and Asheville and Cheville.
There's actually a Shelbyville.
Really?
There is, yeah. I should make you spell these names of these words,
Cheville,
these towns.
Shebby.
You left out a letter.
Really?
The natives
Shove it.
actually pronounce it Shobel.
Shobel, like Chernobyl. Sounds like a really nice place. How do you spell it then?
Shelbyville.
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 We'd say Shelbyville in English. How do you say it?
Yeah, but you have like Worcester and things that can't be pronounced
In fact,
the way they're spelled
which
either.
is stupid, to be honest. Do you know, sometimes I even said to my, I'm honest, mate, I said to my students, why do people want to learn English? It's really complicated.
It's hard.
Yeah, but thank God I'm British. Thank God I was born speaking this language. If someone asked me what a phrasal verb was, I'd cry if I was a student. No. Do you even know what one of them is?
No.
Exactly. You have less of them in America. People will deny that now, but it's true. You have less of them.
Well,
For example,
maybe we decided they were unnecessary and didn't want to complicate our lives
it's
further.
probably true because the things
And that's
it
why
means
we
are
dumped
totally
tea in the
different.
harbor.
But no, let me say it. I'm
It's
gonna
all about phrasal verbs.
with milk, tea with milk. But if I say I'm going to call at the supermarket, what do I mean?
You're going to call at the supermarket?
Uh-huh.
I guess that means you're going to go to the grocery store.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Sometimes when I
don't know
speak
who
to
you're going to
America-
call on at the supermarket, but whatever.
No, in fact, but sometimes use these phrasal verbs, and some of my people, friends from America, not you because you know it, other people don't know, they've never heard these things, and they go, "That's a mistake. You mean phone? No. Call
Oh,
that."
okay.
Yeah, complicated thing.
So another
mystery.
one, and I don't know if they do this in England, but in Louisiana, they'll say,
Louisiana.
"I'm gonna make groceries."
You're gonna make groceries.
Yeah.
From what?
Right.
From Play-Doh. From plasticine.
Right. It means they're gonna cook dinner.
Really?
Making groceries, I think, is cooking dinner. Yeah.
Weird people. Again to
but
food.
great people.
Again to food. You're you're incorrigible. It's impossible. I saw another misconception.
I've been told that before.
Another misconception about Louisiana making dinner. She's nowhere near Tennessee.
Well, so Tennessee is a very long, it's a short state, but it's very long. So people think, oh, Tennessee, country music, Elvis, Dolly Parton, it's all lumped in together. No, Tennessee is basically three different areas. We could be three different states if we wanted to be. West Tennessee has Memphis,
Okay.
which is very much about rock and roll, but also the blues, because the Mississippi Delta is a huge source of blues music. So all that converges there in Memphis, which is where Elvis lived, not where he was born, but where he lived.
Okay. Where was he born?
Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yeah. M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-I. Go on, then.
Very good.
So
I don't think I can even do it that fast.
No, I teach my students to spell like this. They cry, but they do it eventually.
Then Middle Tennessee is Nashville.
Is it called Middle Tennessee?
It is called Middle Tennessee. There's West Tennessee, Middle Tennessee,
How
East
simple
Tennessee.
things in America. Okay.
We're very straightforward.
Middle, because it's like a rectangle-ish.
Yeah.
So Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
There's Middle. In Middle Tennessee, there's you.
There's me.
There's you.
So-
Only you.
Only-
Nobody else.
Me and 50,000 tourists
Picture of you like. Hey.
on Broadway.
Uh-huh. You have a Broadway?
Yeah. Everybody has a Broadway.
Oh, okay. I don't.
There's
In Milan, we don't. No.
There's got to be some translation.
Something equivalent, yeah.
Via Broadway, something.
Via Broadway. Uh-huh. And what's in Eastern
And then
Tennessee?
East Tennessee, that's where Dolly lives.
Okay.
So Knoxville and Sevierville and Pigeon Forge and Johnson
I would have
City.
expected, I don't know why, to live in the West.
No.
It's a misconception.
So East Tennessee is more hilly.
Ah, okay.
And,
Nice.
and then it goes up into the mountains past that in the Carolinas and Virginia. But so Dolly technically is a hillbilly, whereas the rest of us are maybe more rednecks. Although the hills kind of come to the edge of Middle Tennessee, so I grew up sort of at the bottom of that little spit.
So you're
of
a
hills.
hill neck.
I'm a hill neck
Or a red
billy.
A red billy. Red billy sounds nicer. Hill neck sounds a bit like a disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, red
sounds like
billy.
a deformation.
Any other misconceptions you can think of? One last one you can think of?
Well, although Tennessee has the reputation for being hillbilly, redneck, uneducated, we have many fantastic universities. So there
Do people go to them? That's the question.
Well, people do. I
might
did.
have the university.
I mean, I did.
Yeah.
Nashville has just by itself. Nashville has like 7 universities in the city.
Right.
So and they're well known. There's a university called Middle Tennessee State University, and they were renowned.
Again, very easy to remember the name. Middle Tennessee Laura's University.
That's it, because I went there, so it is mine technically.
Yeah.
And their colors were blue. So I have a whole blue theme throughout
the
my
blue,
whole.
The blue is everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And so basically, you're telling me people in Tennessee are educated. That's how we're finishing this segment. Yeah.
The misconception is that we're all uneducated.
Ah, okay, right, yeah. Okay. But that's not confirming that they're all educated. Silence. You're not saying anything. All right, thank you very much.
You know, my mother always told me if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Oh, you have lots of nice things to say because you never shut up. Thank you very much. And
Thank
speak
you.
to you in a minute.
Right behind, right to your left, left grapevine, then 2 to your right, 2 to your left.